Welcome to Soul Yoga Online. We hope you enjoy your virtual experience.
All right, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. It's a beautiful day outside, and hopefully everyone will get a chance to enjoy some of this really beautiful sunshine. We'll do some movement and work on building a really great container for us to enjoy the day the best that we can and share this practice even though you are at home or wherever you are on your own, knowing that you're in community with your soul yoga family. So many of us here today practicing together, and so we'll just feel into that support and community that we have created. So let's start by coming into a seated shape and beginning to just find a way, if you'd like, to prop your hips up a little higher than the knees, elevating your spine. You can come into Sukhasana, cross-legged, or maybe a hero's pose. I'm going to use a block here under my seat. Taking just a couple moments here to invite a little movement, just feeling into your body, your breath. You notice if you can start right away moving inwards. Notice where you can connect to what wants to move, what maybe needs a little pause to feel into some space. And over the next few breaths, starting to land in some relative stillness. Let's take a breath in and out, making space for our practice together today. Allowing the eyes to soften or close and feeling into the length of the back body. Shoulders rolling up and down the back body, softening the features of the face. Come into just a few moments here of our Dirga Pranayama, 3-part breath. Sending your breath down to the lower form of the body, inhaling through the lower lungs, letting it fill and expand belly, ribs, and chest. And exhaling down, chest, ribs, belly. Strengthening your resolve to stay present to this grounding, soothing breath here. Filling the lungs in all directions from the bottom all the way up to the top. And allowing the exhale to release all the stale, stagnant oxygen, air, everything releasing from the lungs here, creating new space in the body. Just one more round. Nice audible exhale, letting it all go. Bring the right hand down to the floor, left arm reaches up toward the sky. Feeling into this expansiveness across the front body, maybe the left arm reaching a little back, opening through the chest. You can bend that left elbow, sending that left elbow down a little if you'd like. And just invite a little pulse here. Exhale, elbow drops. Inhale, extends and lengthen. Using your breath here to get a release, feeling into the left side body. Let's take 3 more. One more inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the elbow back. Coming back up to center, a couple sun breaths here. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, arms fall forward or back, any direction. Just feeling into the shoulders, into this rhythm of breath and movement here. Eventually that left fingertips or hand will land to the floor, and we'll reach the right arm up, creating a lot of space here. That front body, the chest expansive. Right, spark through the right fingers, maybe draw the right arm back. Take a breath in, fill up. Exhale, elbow bends, dropping behind you. A little pulsing here, 4 breaths. One more. Let all the breath out. Nice, back to center. 2 more sun breaths here, seated. Slow, smooth breaths. Let's do one more bonus one and really feel into the length of that inhale. A little pause at the top. And feel into the entirety of the exhale, all the breath releases. Great. So we'll transition here into a tabletop pose. If you'd like to take a moment and set up your blanket below the knees, feel free to do that. Beginning to build your table pose here. Knees will stack below the hip points, and the wrists stack below the shoulders. You can drop the weight of the head here, inviting the feet to walk in line with the knees. And then begin to lengthen the spinal column. So the gaze is down the midline of the mat, fingers separated wide apart. Take a moment here to just feel into the energy of the body. Notice what feels awakened and alive and spacious. Feel into the vastness of the breath, feeling all the nooks and crannies here. The strength you're building, press into the mat here. Let the hands press down, the tops of the feet press down, maybe even the shin bones connecting to the mat. Slowly begin to build into some movement here of cat and cow. We'll drop the belly open from the heart. Inhale. Exhale, cat pose. Round the spine, tuck chin and tail. Press into the heels of the hands. Inhale, opens the front body. Exhale, opens through the back body. Find your own rhythm, your own pace here. You might invite the movement to start at the very bottom of the spine. So you transition from both postures, the lumbar spine, one vertebrae at a time, slowly connecting to each posture. Few more rounds, keeping with your own breath and movements here. Notice those inclinations to pause and just feel into spaciousness in the body, or add your own little shifting or movements, and just allow that. Come back into table when you're ready. Little shift in the hips, just side to side. And if the wrists get tender here, you can always come down to the forearms. And we'll lift the feet up, so you're squeezing the calf muscles into the back of the legs. Flex the feet here. The gaze is down at the midline, and then roll out the ankles. Give one more flex of the feet, feel into that space at the soles of the feet. And then lower the feet down. Just take the knees wide here, wider than the hips if possible, coming into child's pose. Hips come down toward the heels. Arms walk forward down the front of the mat, lowering down to rest the forehead, either on the yoga mat or a prop. Inviting the belly to release any holding here. Notice if the head is holding a lot of the weight of the body, and if it is, you can bring the forearms down. Maybe rest the head on the forearms, or allow it to prop up on your block or pillow or blanket. Let yourself land here. We'll stay in child's pose for about 10 breaths. Feel into this beautiful long stretch in the spine. And bring your awareness into the space in the throat and across the chest. Notice where you can connect to the physical expansion of your breath here. Can you give a little more of the weight of the body to the mat? Feeling into this grounding quality of this posture. Sense of ease and safety that it creates within us. And if that's not the case for you here, you can always change shape. So remembering that every posture that we practice here is optional. When you're ready, let's lift the head up, walking the hands over to the right. Let the chest follow, releasing the head down. So we're looking for a lateral stretch here, left side body really opening. Reach the hips back toward the heels again. Sending all your breath into that expansiveness in the left side body, as if the left side of the lungs could fill on their own, expanding out on an inhale and inward on an exhale. Option to amplify by bringing the left hand on top of the right hand. One more breath in and let it go. Right hands come up, walking over to the other side. Lowering down, take your time, stay mindful and present. And again, landing here, you might take that right hand on top of the left. Send the right hip back a little bit more and feel into that expansiveness in the right side body. Send your breath there. Flooding the right side body with breath. One more breath. Right, find your way back to tabletop pose. And once you come into table, come into a little alignment check here. Knees over the hip points, shoulders over the wrists. And we'll take the left leg back. So the left toes are going to tuck under here. And just rock a little forward and back. Right, you might find a little circular motion here. Maybe you come onto the outer edge of the left foot, let the left hip drop down a little bit. Come onto the inner edge of the left foot, let the right hip drop down. Really just making this movement your own. Feel into what wants to stretch here. Eventually landing back into stillness for a moment here. Check your alignment with the right knee and hip. And then the right arm will reach back, right beside the right hip. Find your balance here. Left hand is separated at the fingers nice and wide. We'll keep reaching back and up, coming into a little twist here. Let that right arm come into some big circles. Right, keep breathing. Right, really connecting to this movement with your breath. Twice more. If you want one or two more in the other direction to help you feel balanced, feel free to take them. Otherwise, coming right back down to table, let's lower the forearms just for a little break in the wrist for a moment here. We'll take our elbows a little bit wider than shoulder width apart and bring the palms together. So we're dropping the belly down here, coming into more of a cow tilt in the spine. And then tucking the toes under, let's release the weight of the head. So for some of us, the head might land onto your yoga mat. For others, it might just land in space here. Notice if you can soften the rib cage and just let the spine kind of land into this U shape, how it naturally wants to. Maybe the head turns a little side to side. Breath in and out. We'll untuck the toes, coming back to your table. This time the right toes tuck under. Same thing, adding just a little bit of movement, rolling over the toes. Maybe you come into that inner edge of the right foot, let the left hip drop, and over the other side. Just really feeling into areas of the body that may not be as active lately that feel good to stretch and connect to. When you're ready, come back into a little stillness, check in with your alignment, and then we'll lift the left arm, reach it back, really spark through the fingers, maybe even open and close that hand a couple times. Continuing to reach back and up, coming into those circles, the belly is going to rotate a little bit to the left, right? So the chest opens, you can open up even toward the ceiling in these circles, deepening the twist in the spine, the chest. Your eyes can be closed, or maybe you allow them to open, taking in the color, light and shade. Staying connected to this present moment experience. Pausing where you need. Maybe you take a couple circles in the arm here in the other direction. Take any breaks you need, resting in any shape that supports you. So as we're transitioning here, let's just come to a hero's pose. You can take your block, if you have one, underneath your hips or a pillow, whatever you're using. Just pausing here before we come into our next posture. Let's take the right hand to the lower abdomen, the left hand to the heart, just coming into 5 rounds of that Dirga Pranayama. Inhaling, filling the belly below the lower hands, all the way up to the left hand. And exhaling back down. Hands be touching softly here against the body, that soft connection, big smooth breath in and out. Notice if the breath is rushing, can you smooth it out, slow down the pace. One more round. Just feeling into this experience of a little rest after action. We'll open the eyes, give a little shake in the arms, open and close the hands, and then we'll meet in a downward facing dog. So if downward dog is new for you, you're going to lift the hips up toward the ceiling. The fingers are separated wide apart here, like starfish. We'll start to release the weight of the head heavy, with the feet likely around the outer hips. And shake out the head. You can just begin to feel that release of the weight of the head, the chest, maybe reaching between the arms or in that direction. Feel into the back of the legs, and the heels slowly descending downward. You don't have to connect to your yoga mat here, but you can just feel heavy. And engage through the quadriceps. You're reaching the quads up towards the hips. And just feel into the sensation you're building here. Notice where the weight is distributed in the body. Can you support yourself in this posture by evening out the weight a little differently? Maybe press a little bit more into the heels of the hands. So inhale and lift the heels and the hips, and then exhale, lower the heels and hips. So just a couple times like that, pulsing, just a couple. One more. We'll inhale, lift the heels, and then drop the heels off to the right. Heels drop off to the right, still in your downward dog stance. From the hips down the back, the hands, the head still heavy, hips heavy. Just drop heels to the right here. So you can stay here, feel into that left side body, getting a little more stretch. If you want to amplify here, send the left hip back a little bit more and come onto the left fingertips. And keep reaching that left hip back just slightly. You can feel that left side body really engage. One more breath wherever you are. And then we'll take it back to center. Lift the heels. Heels drop off to the left. Release the weight of the head. Press into the heels of the hands. Soften the face. Staying here. We're coming to the right fingertips. Continuing to reach that right hip back. Really feeling in for sensation here along the right side body. One more breath in and out. Great, we'll come back to center and start to slowly walk your feet to the hands. Coming into a standing forward fold here. So in our standing forward fold, the knees can bend. Let's actually draw the knees in toward the chest here. So weight of the head is heavy, really supportive forward fold. You can take a block or a book even under the hands if you'd like to bring the mat a little bit closer, the floor a little bit closer to you. Just inviting this release in the spine, the weight of the head heavy. I'm gripping the muscles that line the cervical spine. And to any degree you'd like, maybe begin to straighten through the legs, keeping a micro bend in the knees. We'll draw in, chin toward the sternum. Take a breath in, let it go. Bend the knees, root down through the heels, slowly start scrolling up, one vertebrae at a time. Stay present here. As you come up, arms rise, inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let all the breath out. Few sun breaths here at your own pace. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale to the heart. Really just inviting this beautiful connection to the inner rhythms of the body. Bring a little break from focusing on the thinking mind, just coming into the doing, the being, the more intuitive part of the brain. Let's take one more breath in, maybe a little hold, a little back bend, open to the heart. Hold this as long as you'd like. And then exhale, hands land at the heart. We'll thread the fingers together here. So the fingers are going to thread, the palms facing outwards. From here, find your Tadasana stance, your mountain pose stance in the body. Right? Bringing the elbows parallel to each other. We'll reach the arms forward, so the palms are forward. Drop the chin in toward the sternum. Take a breath in and out here. Relax the face. Next time you inhale, arms reach up. And then exhale, release the hands out. Big, wide shape in the body. One breath in. One breath out. Shake the arms. Roll out the left toes. Come onto all of the toes. Just give a little attention to each one. Maybe a little press at the top. And then the right toes roll out, tending to the joints in the ankle. We'll press top, the bottom of those toes. And then we'll step to the front of the mat here. Coming into just a little flow, breath to movements. Just allow a moment here to land, maybe swing the arms forward and back, feel the knees bend a little. And then pause into your mountain pose. Let yourself land. Awareness moves down the body to the heels. Start to land a little bit more of the weight in the heels. Invite yourself here to this present moment. We spend so much of our time reviewing the past and rehearsing the future. Invite yourself here on your yoga mat to this breath on this sunny day. Stand a little prouder, lift through the crown, broaden across the chest. Spark the fingers open. And then inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to a flat back, hands to the shins, open the heart. Exhale, fold down. A few times like that. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Once more. Great. This time, bend the knees, generously plant the hands. Walk the feet back, downward facing dog. Land here and just find a little stillness. 3 breaths here. Feel into your foundation, the mat, all the parts of the body connected to the yoga mat. Feel into them. Let them ground you, root you in, cement you into this posture. This connected, rooted posture. And then the right leg will lift up on an inhale. Let's bend the right knee to stack the hips. So the right knee reaches up toward the ceiling. We're going to flex the right foot and drop the right heel down toward your seat. We'll drop the right shoulder down to realign with the left. Weight of the head is heavy. Imagine a flashlight at the kneecap, the right kneecap, and you're trying to shine it up onto the ceiling. Right, relax the face, notice the breath. Press into that right palm a little more if that right shoulder's lifting. And then we'll take a couple circles here in the hip. So let's let the knees circle a couple times. And then come back to center. Right knee is going to come in toward the chest, around the back. Press the mat away with the hands. Chin toward the sternum, knee toward the toes. Slowly land that right foot between the hands. Left knee lowers. And we'll tuck the left toes under here. When you're ready, slowly rise to a low lunge. Feel the shoulders start to roll up and back a few times. Find your breath. Option to reach the fingertips back, getting really active here in the hands, or maybe you interlace the fingers, drawing the palms, the heels of the palms toward each other or to connect. 3 breaths here. Hips heavy, like they're sinking into the center of a hammock. Right knee is in line with the right heel. 1 more breath. Great, right hand comes to the right knee, and we'll bring the left hand under the shoulder onto the mat. So you might take that right foot just a step over to the right here if you'd like. You can also take a block underneath the left hand if you'd like. When you feel connected here, start to rotate the belly towards the right thigh, coming into a twist. You might even come to the outer edge of the right foot and let the right knee fall away here from the body. Option to bend through the left knee, grabbing onto the right foot. Notice any subtle or large adjustments that you need to support you here. Everything is optional. So you can modify, amplify. No one even knows. You could be lying in Shavasana this whole time, and that's beautiful. So let's take 1 more breath in, and let it go. And then we'll release that left leg back. Swing the right arm forward, let it land to the inside of the right foot. We're going to come into just a moment of a lizard pose here. So the right foot will heel toe out to the pinky edge will land at about the edge of your yoga mat. The hands are either on the mat or on a block or blanket, whatever feels supportive to you. It's a pretty intense posture. We won't be here too long. Let's release the weight of the head if you'd like, and if you feel you have more space to work with and you want to open the left quadrants up a little bit more to lengthen, you can tuck the left toes, hover the left knee, and send the left knee back a little bit, landing the top of the left foot back down. Release the weight of the head as much as you can. To amplify, you can lower down to the forearms here. You might take that right arm around the right foot, holding onto the front of the foot. 1 more breath, effort and ease. See where you can bring both of those qualities into the posture. The breath. Slowly finding your way back. Let's walk that foot toward the midline. We're just going to bring the right hip back here, straightening the leg, round the back, drop the chin toward the sternum. And then the right knee will come back to meet the left. We'll tuck the toes under here. So we're going to come back up to standing to prepare for the second side. But we'll land in a toe stand first. So tucking the toes under, we'll send our hips to land on the heels if possible. You can certainly keep your fingers or your hands connected to the mat or blocks, or you can lift up, bringing the hands to rest on top of the legs. So if you're lifted up here, we'll line up shoulders and hips. If the hands are on the mat, you might enjoy just really rounding into this and supporting more of a cat spine, letting the head release. For a little more sensation here, option to lift your knees up off of the mat as well, staying on the toes, and maybe taking the hands to the heart. Find your breath, smooth it out. Soften the shoulders, broaden across the chest if you're lifted. And notice if you can connect to just 3 more breaths here. If you're lifted upright, turn the drishti, a gazing point for the eyes. And then wherever you are, you can stay with the heels lifted if you want, or start to find standing. Eventually land the heels down, bend the knees. Hands will come to the tops of the knees, and we're just going to circle. Big circles here, take the other direction. All the little cracks in the body, just releasing what you can. I don't know if you all can hear my left knee cracking or not. But. All right, a little fold forward. Oh, squeeze in. Feel that spine stretch. Then we'll inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Pause here. And we'll step back to the front of the mat. Let's come into that same sequence on the other side. We'll pause here, come right back into that little swinging of the arms. Right, you might on this side, let's say add a little side swing here. So the hands might reach for the opposite shoulders. Just get really fluid here in the body. Let yourself move. Feel how the breath changes with movements. You can start to slow it down. Even slower. Left hand to heart, right to belly, 2 rounds of Dirga breath. Pause here and notice as you breathe naturally. So if you can feel the heart beating below the left hand. Just a mindful pause. Maybe the mind moves more externally here. If connecting inward is feeling challenging, notice what you hear. Sounds. Inhale, release. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold forward. Let all the breath go. Inhale, flat back. Then fold 3 like that. Bend the knees, land the hands, walk the feet back, downward facing dog. Couple rounds of breath here, paddling out the knees, shaking out the head. Notice what would feel good here. And when you're ready, the left leg reaches up. We'll bend the knee and draw the knee up toward the ceiling. Right, stacking the hip here. Flex through the left foot, draw the heel down toward your seat. Press into that left hand, so you're really receiving this nice square shoulders. We'll roll out the hip here, rounding, just a little circular motion. Feel what's alive here in the hip, where you can connect to the low back, the side body. And then start to rebuild your downward dog. Get length in that left leg. Reach the chest through the arms. Round the spine, knee to nose. Press the mat away with the hands. Take a breath in and out here. And then the foot lands between the hands. Right knee lowers down. We'll keep the right toes tucked if you'd like here. Start to rise up. On the side, we'll take some bigger circles of the arms. Again, finding your alignment here. That left knee is going to be right over the left heel. To protect the knee joint, you want to ensure that it doesn't come forward up the heel, so keeping it back. Just as we did on the other side with lizard pose here, when we're in our lunges, you can play also with bringing that knee, the back knee back a little bit to lengthen through the quad. So you might play a little bit with that as well. Let's take 2 more breaths. And then landing left hand to the left knee, right hand to the floor. You might take that left foot a step over to the left, start to rotate the belly toward the left thigh. Option on this side, to reach the left arm up. And just feel into that space. Notice what else you feel here. I can feel the warmth of the sun just beating down onto me and the yoga mat from the studio window. Take a big circle here. And then when you're ready, lizard pose, we'll take the hands down. Actually, let's lift that left arm back up. I forgot to add the right knee bending, reaching back, catching the foot. Right, you might come to that outer edge of the left foot, let that left knee fall a little away from the mat. Some of you may even find comfort in bringing that right hand a little forward. Breath in and out here. And then the left hand comes down, then we find our lizard pose. So with your block, if you're using that, you can take your blocks under your hands here, or pillows or blankets. Pretty intense posture, so you want to really allow some softness into the body and experience. And you might invite the weight of the head to get heavier, releasing the back of the neck. Move the jaw a little side to side, shake out the head. Just 2 more breaths. And then when you are ready, the foot will walk toward the center, the left foot toward the center of the mat. Start to reach the hips back, straightening through the left leg to any degree. We'll round over that left leg, drop the chin in toward the chest. Slowly, as you find your way up, sending that left knee back. And we're going to lower down from here onto the belly. We'll come right into crocodile pose here. So the hands will stack underneath the forehead. Elbows to the right and left of the mat. Let's bring the big toes together if you'd like. Heels drop away. A little shift in the hips. Let yourself land here. You'll be here in crocodile pose for about 10 breaths. Notice what areas of the body are still at work that you could let go of. You can invite awareness of the belly, breathing here, lower lungs, the container of the abdomen, just feeling into that expansion, that filling in the belly as you inhale, and that softening towards center with your exhale. You can follow that, send your awareness down, belly, feel the pulsing of the breath, the belly. And when we are in more stress states, we tend to breathe higher in the lungs. And this opportunity to bring the breath down, very nourishing, balancing, good for the nervous system. Just take one more breath. Exhale, let it go. From here, we'll bend the knees. Just let the feet come up towards the ceiling. Maybe sway the legs a little side to side. Roll out the ankles. Extend the legs back down long on the mat so the tops of the feet land, and then tuck the toes under. We'll take the hands under the shoulders and slide them down just a little bit more along the sides of the ribs, elbows tight to the body. See if you can hover the knees here off the back. Take a breath in and let it go. Great, lower the knees. Start to engage the upper back. Use the upper back muscles here to lift us into cobra pose. So just a little cobra. Inhale, lift the chest. Gaze down at the mat so the neck is long and supported here. You can float the hands off the yoga mat if you'd like. Feel the tops of the feet connected here to the mat. 2 more breaths. Next time you exhale, lower down. Head lands. Let the body soften. We'll find a little flow here. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower down. Connect to the spine here. See if you can get a little fluid in the spine. One more time. And the next time you come up, we'll pause. So either lifting the hands to float, or maybe you're lifted high here. Letting the chest radiate open. We'll start to lift up onto the knees. Come back to your table. Find your alignment once again. And then the right arm will reach up. And we're going to thread the arm under here. Letting the right side of the head land. You might take the right, or excuse me, the left hand or forearm as a support under the head. You can also take this through a child's pose if that feels better too. And just a few breaths here. Let the belly hang heavy. Soften the ribs. Just feel into that right shoulder. And then when you're ready, other side. And take the left arm up. Feel the space and then thread it under. And again, you can take that right hand or forearm or wrist and support yourself here if you'd like. You can even take the hand, the left hand, and just wrap it around the back. Feel the breath below the hand. High, filling from the belly up toward the ribs and chest and back down. One more breath here. And then slowly crumble up, right crumble, release, take your time. And then we'll just create position here. So we're going to bring the legs out forward, coming into a seated shape. Once you're here seated, just a little pause and staff pose. We'll flex the feet, lift the heels to hover. Hands can either land on the floor on the mat just beside you, or they can land atop the legs. We'll roll the shoulders back, get really broad across the chest. Soften the jaw, the face. Take 3 breaths here. Heels hovering off the mat, toes spreading apart. Notice where the body is efforting here. And let the breath be smooth. Face soft. Great, relax the legs, cross the right ankle over the left. Then we'll start to walk the hands down to any degree. Maybe give a little shift in the hips, and then land into a forward fold. And you can just round the spine. Feel that thoracic spine, all 12 vertebrae here in the middle of the spine, just really opening up, creating space. Notice if you can feel a little spaciousness here along the right hip and that stretch, even across the lumbar spine, low back, and this whole sacral area. And we'll slowly scroll up, keeping the right ankle crossed over, and then coming into our sage twist. So let's just slide the right foot from the ankle crossover. We're just going to slide the right foot so it's on the outer side of that left knee. We'll take the left hand to the right knee. The right hand will come behind you and start to bring the belly to rotate and then the ribs toward the right. Root down into your sit bones. Feel yourself grounded and connected. Unlock the left knee. Feel the twist here in the spine. And then begin to lengthen through the crown. Feel the breath moving up and down the lungs. Get a lot happening in your twists in the body, a lot of sensation. Notice if you can shift your awareness to pay attention inwardly here. One more breath in, and exhale to release the twist. From here, the hands are going to come behind us, keeping that foot, the right foot on the outside of the left leg. We're just going to slide the left foot to the mat. So that we'll arrive in our seated pigeon, or with our hands back. So the right ankle is somewhere on the left leg, so right below the knee, the top of the knee, wherever it feels comfortable to land. You might lift the hips a little bit, just find the right position here for the body. Then we'll start to sway the legs a little side to side. Right, you can walk the hands a little closer, open the heart. You might come down to the forearms if that feels more supportive. Wherever you are, we'll lift the left foot up off the mat. Keeping the chest as open as you can, shoulders reaching back. Feeling into that stretch in the left outer hip. Flex the right foot. One more breath. And then the left foot will land. We'll come back up to the hands like this if you aren't already. And just come into one last twist on the side. So let that right foot reach over toward the left, stacking the hips to any degree. You may even lift that right foot up a little bit here. You can look over the left shoulder a little, press the left shoulder down away from the left ear. And then come back to center, lengthen the legs. And this time we'll take the left ankle over, start to come into your forward fold. And just land here. This can be a very subtle rounding of the head, neck, back. You can fold really deeply, whatever feels most nourishing in your body. Take a few nourishing breaths here. And then slowly, as you're ready, rising up, we'll slide the left foot to the outside of the right, so right by that knee, wherever it wants to land. The right hand will come to the outside of the left knee, left hand to the floor, open the heart, shine it forward, and then start to build your twist here. So the belly first, think of the spine twisting from the lumbar spine, then the thoracic spine, maybe even a little on the cervical spine with the head turning a little bit back to the left. Rooting down through the sits bones, feel the sensation of the twist in the spine. and then lengthen through the crown. Layer on awareness of breath moving up and down the spine here. One more breath. Exhale to release the twist. Hands come back behind us. Right foot lands. Take a little sway, a little movement here. Choose if you want to be on the hands or maybe come down to the forearms. And then we'll lift that right foot wherever you are, flexing the feet, especially the left foot flexing here. Feel your breath broaden across the chest. Each exhale, an opportunity to let something go. Notice if you can really invite full exhales. So you have even more space, new space to breathe into in the lungs with each breath in. And we'll start to work our way back up to the hands if you're not already there. Coming into one final twist here. The left foot reaching over to the right. You can lift that left hand or move it anywhere you'd like to make this more accessible. Stacking the hips to any degree that supports you here. Maybe looking off to the left. Breath in and out. And then slowly coming back to center. Release the feet, lowering down to our back body. Just let the feet land. We'll take the arms out to the sides, walk the feet to the edges of the mat, coming into constructive rest here. Just for a couple of breaths. Knees fall together to support each other. Lay the arms out wide or rest them in a different shape, maybe hug them around the body. Whatever feels good, just a few breaths. And start to allow your exhales to be a little longer, a little smoother. And release this posture into Shavasana. Extending the legs out. Lie on the back as comfortable. Feel free to come into any shape here. Give yourself permission in this Shavasana to really take up some space. To savor these last few minutes of class. Choose that savoring. And just a few more rounds of breath here. Inviting a nice release of any holding or clenching in the body. When you're ready, inviting a little movement back, we'll find our way back to a seated shape. And bringing the hands together at Anjali Mudra, wherever they're most comfortable. Pausing one last time together, feeling into the connection within our community. Bring the palms to face out, sending love and healing and strength out to the greater community and world. And letting the hands rest at the heart, sending that into yourself, for you. And feeling that being received by all that practiced with you. And I thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Until next time, namaste. That was fun. Yeah, it was fun.
Welcome to Soul Yoga Online. We hope you enjoy your virtual experience.